I ain't feeling too good, dog. Where you got this weed from? Yo, cuz, man, don't trip, bro. Man, don't do that to me, bro. I'm like, dog, I'm telling you, this weed feels weird, bro. I'm telling you. He's like, nah, man, you good, man. So whatever, we keep smoking. And then once we stop, I'm like, I think I'm going to die, bro. I'm in the whip, high as pop. I'm like, yo, I think I'm going to die, bro. The man's like, nah. I'm like, nah, I think I'm going to die.
Like you guys are saying, it's all an illusion on social media. Like, no one's showing their bad days on Instagram, you know?
For sure. Shorties are showing you their trips.
Yeah,
Niggas are showing their bags when they got the bands in their trips. Man, they're in their crib smoking weed with their belly out.
Yeah.
See those
on a Tuesday, it's like, yo, don't you at work?
You're not seeing those ones. You're not seeing.
That's 2 cups full of licks. Last year was a crazy one, but I bounced back like Marcus Goodwin. No backlip, Trent Alex, the antics, right back at it, cause I knew I would win. Like your girlfriend playing this flute. Loose lips like Kim Kardashian, one of the baddest, though I never planned it. It's all in the habit. Can't say I ain't lit.
Bar all time in the six from the shots to the head.
Can't say I ain't lit.
Friends envy, then they hate, then they say that I swear.
Can't say I ain't lit. Shit.
Yeah, no, everything what got you guys into starting a pod? Like, how did this come about?
I actually wanted to do a pod like a couple years ago, but I was living in Vegas at the time.
Okay.
So
Nice.
What were you doing in Vegas?
man, just a lot was going on.
Sounds like foolery is going on.
a lot of
Pure
foolery.
foolery, gotcha.
But nah, I went out there like high school. My mom was living there. She's like, "You want to come on here?" I'm like, "Sure." So I've been out there, you know, school, work, back and forth.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do a podcast since like I'll probably say COVID times I wanted to do it.
Gotcha.
But you know, things weren't aligning properly. So
Right.
he came out to visit me one time, and he was like, "Oh, let's do it. Let's make it happen."
Yeah.
And then I moved back out here, and he's like, he brought up the conversation again, and then he put us in touch with Delux, some other guys that we mess with, and then we just started working on it, and now we're here.
Yeah.
I like that. Solid.
I'll never forget it because, like, we were all having different conversations. It's just in, like, different places. Like, I was having a conversation with him in Vegas. When he wasn't at his crib, I was having a conversation with him about doing content creating, and then him at a party. And it's like, yo, it just made sense to bring all of us together to do something because I've done YouTube in the past with a separate channel, and, like, one of my favorite things to do was just have all my friends in one room and talk about just bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. And this was before podcasts was a thing. This was like, I started my channel in like 2018, 2019. So this one I was still in college doing architecture, right? So we had like this space called the LRC building where you can book out a room and stuff. So I just used to buy like little cheap equipment off of Amazon, and I'll just get me and my friends there. So I'm like, yo, like, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Let's do a podcast and do it right. So that's how we ended up here. But yeah.
I like that. Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Solid.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But we are here with another episode. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Sima, your boy Ronto, your boy Delux, and we got some special guests in the building. Tell the people them your name.
What's going on? It's Lowercase, artist, producer, rapper, creative. I'm with.
Gotta match that.
This is a joke because we did it yesterday. So. This is Self. You know what I'm saying? Rapper, producer, artist, creative as well. Both coming from the collective Wrong Crowd. You know what I mean?
Yo, all right, you got it.
I'm locked in. I learned from yesterday.
Okay. So you guys have some interesting names. How did you guys get your names?
For me, originally my artist name was JJ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My first original artist name when I first started making music was just JJ. It just stemmed from so my father's from Memphis, and his name was James, and he passed away when I was like 3 years old. I never had a relationship with him. I never met him before in my entire life, but a lot of my family in the South stayed really, really close knit with me. So I used to be staying out there at least 3 months every year. Okay. And so just growing up, being out there, I guess as you get older and, you know, you're around all your father's family members and they, you're a boy turning into a man, and they're consistently watching you grow. It was a consistent thing of just being like, yo, you look just like him. It was a consistent conversation. Like, you look just like his junior. You just like, you know, and it just became a bittersweet feeling because it was like it was cool to be somewhat connected to him in terms of my family members speaking about him every time they just see me, whether it's like a new cousin or a new auntie or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But it was also like, I don't know the man, you know what I mean? So it was just that weird feeling. It was a duality of being called like, you're junior, you're just like James Jr., or you just look like him. So originally my artist name was JJ, but the first J was lowercase because it was just the duality of being called that, of like the low feeling of that and the great feeling of being able to have some level of connection to a person I never met. But he's my dad, and his blood runs through me, you know? So my artist name was JJ, and the first J was lowercase. And then I put out an album called Lowercase to explain why the first J. To explain why the first J, because everyone would be like, yo, why is the first J lowercase? So I'd be like, okay, I'm going to make this album, explain why the first J is lowercase. Yeah. And then as I continue to make music, I was like, man, this JJ name is hard to find, like just everywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was like, I need to make a switch. And then, honestly, I was on my just like Spotify. I was on Spotify or whatever. I was just looking at my discography and my music, and I just was looking at the Lowercase album, and we made a Lowercase logo for my artist name too. And I was just like, yo, Lowercase might actually be sick. You know what I mean? And it still correlates from the original concept of the name. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I'm not really swaying away from my original concept. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try to go with this. I'm like, I think it's cool. And then ultimately, once I did that switch, a lot of people started resonating with that more. It's obviously easier to find because there's not really anybody that goes by that. You know what I mean?
No. It's very original. Yeah. I like it.
It's like now you have a self-titled album. Yeah. Where it's like, you didn't even think about it. Yeah. It's funny how things work.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It's a fact. Trust the process, bro.
What about you? How'd you get your name?
Honestly,
no, I was thinking about it because I'm like, I love how with your demo you guys play on the names, and I'm like, all right, like I need to ask him what.
Yeah. Honestly, mine's a lot. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry to cut you off, but when I first saw the demo, and I was like, okay, why did they name it that? And I was like, oh, that's their names. I'm like, oh, that's tough.
Mine was a lot simpler, honestly. Like, I had a bunch of different names because I used to rap since like high school and stuff.
Okay.
But then when I met JJ, aka Lowercase, I was going by McEwen, but it was spelled a little weird. Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, that's not it. And I'm like, bro, you gotta see the meaning. I try to do the same thing, you know, because my last name's McEwen, so I spelled it a little differently. And he's like, yeah, nah. Then we met the Wrong Crowd group, and everyone was like, yeah, nah. Okay. So I remember vividly, we're sitting at Denny's, and we're like, yo, we need to give you a new name before things kick off.
Man. We need to give you a new name is crazy.
No word of lies. My best ideas came from late night Denny's.
I remember Forks hitting the plate. Everyone's brainstorming, and then I couldn't think of anything. And then one of our friends, Matt, was like, yo, you're like just yourself. Like, you're just Tyler. And then someone else was like, Self. And I'm like, yeah, that works. Kind of ran with it, so yeah.
Self.
Shout out Denny.
Shout out Denny. DT one, right?
Yeah. Next to
a lot of jump.
I feel like we all have a story.
Sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to burst up the Vaughn one. Yo, the
Vaughn
always had Polly.
I seen this one girl trip and hit her head on the table. It was crazy. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like right here. Look like one of the Indian.
Coco.
Like perfect.
What, you got a fat coco?
What? And it was bleeding a little bit. I was trying not to laugh. Like,
Special beam cannon.
Man, the way she slipped, like it was something else.
I could go for days for stories at Denny's, bro. You just go there for the breakfast.
Yo, if
and
you know, you know.
If
you know the Dragon Ball Z shit.
Man.
But yeah, bro. So like that's how we got the name. Or I came on mine and he got his. And you know, like we're like he was saying with Wrong Crowd, is just like that was just a group of my friends that you know, we just started making just it started with this being in high school in the basement, just freestyling. You know what I mean? Just like many other kids, just like freestyling, getting ideas off. And after a while, I was hitting to a point where I was already thinking about making music seriously. So it was like, me trying to convince all my other friends, like, we can do this, bro. Like, and obviously you see the ASAP Mobs and the Odd Future, and you're like, look, these are reference points, like, for us in pro era or whatever. Like, you're seeing these guys, and they're reference points for to be like, we can do this too.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of just like, me trying to just galvanize all the man them to be like, let's get this rocking, and ended up happening. And we started really just locking in, and slowly but surely getting things together. We went by multiple names until we kind of locked in on Wrong Crowd. And then,
sorry, but why Wrong Crowd?
You're explaining this. I'm not. After
yesterday. No,
actually,
actually, nah, you should, because I just did yesterday. Bro.
Sounds like a long story.
I feel like in general, I feel like for myself, man, I try my best to be as intentional as possible. I feel like if I'm gonna do something, then there's probably a reason why I did it. I don't think I'm trying to be on like Kendrick Lamar level where like it's like I chose this date because JFK and da 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 da. Like,
I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
I think some of it can be reaching and some of it can be up for interpretation. But like I definitely feel like most of the things I try to do is intentional. But with the name, it's basically a play on perspective. It's ultimately, I'm trying to make it even a shorter form than I did yesterday. It's a play on perspective in the sense of, when you think of Wrong Crowd, the phrase is used as like for people that you don't want to be around, that you want to be trying to stray away from. So, us just growing up, me being from Scarborough and a bunch of my friends, Scarborough, Malvern to be specific, and like I feel like just growing up, coming down, whether it's coming to downtown Toronto and shit, and how people looked at us or like kind of portray, like have a idea of what Scarborough was at that specific time. You know what I mean? It always felt weird. Like it felt like, you're in a fish out of water once you kind of leave Scarborough, especially. I'm sure it's for everyone's ends. Like once you leave your like wherever you're from, it feels like you're in a fish out of water.
Yeah.
And like self being from like Egg West and like all these like I don't know, notions when I'm out sometimes where just you get reminded like and to some degree too, even down to today, like Toronto's still very cliquey. Everyone is, you know what I mean? Everyone has their own groups of people. You know what I mean? And I think that
It's like high school.
Yeah, it is.
I always even like the downtown scene. I feel like it's like in some degree like high school. Like everybody's kind of cliquey with,
100%.
Everybody has that ego. There's like the popular group, the alternative group that likes art and stuff, and the dorks. And I don't know, like everybody falls into this category unconsciously, and it's funny to me.
Yeah, man. So I just feel like Wrong Crowd was just us just playing on the perspective of the actual phrase and the actual name. And us trying to not necessarily portray to actually be that, and also try to be more than what that phrase means. And again, just flipping on his head on the simplest forms. That's what with the raccoon, the logo is just like that itself. Like when you think of raccoons, you're thinking of like pests. You're thinking of like these mammals that eat dirt, trash, and we probably look at them the same way people in New York look at rats. You know what I mean? When I feel like raccoons are smart animals. That's why we have to have locks on the freaking trashes. That's why we have to do all these different things to stop them from doing what they do. You know what I mean? It's just that out here they're not domesticated. They're not treated. They're not given a space to have a bunch of raccoons to stay at for us to not have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So it's, again, it kind of just correlates back to, I think, to some degree, like wherever you grow, whether it's Jane and Finch, whatever ends, whether it's Scarborough, Malvern, Egg West, I feel like a lot of us and probably a lot of people we know, people may look at them in a certain light that is not in the best of light. But it's just like that's based off their scenario. That's not based on who they are. And I think that's a raccoon in general. It's like the raccoons are not eating trash because they want to eat trash. You know what I mean? It's that they have to. You know what I mean? So man, like just like we are trying to live and trying to figure out how to make a living on a day-to-day basis. I look at the raccoon and do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because if lions weren't domesticated and they weren't in zoos and we just had them in the streets and they're killing people, we'd be trying to kill all the lions in the world, being like, it needs to disappear. We wouldn't have no Lion King. We'd be like, why are we praising these animals? You know what I mean? So
I never thought about it like that.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like it just like the raccoon resonates with me when it comes to, you know, being where we're from and, you know, being in the scenarios and situations that we're from and being looked at a specific way because of it.
Okay.
So when did the collective come together? Like what period of time was that?
I would say it was probably like 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, 2014.
Been for a while now.
Yeah, it's been for a minute, man. It's been a minute. It's just a lot of just putting in the 1,000 hours. You know what I mean? Just putting in 1,000 hours.
So like, have people joined and left and come back and back and forth?
Bro.
Yeah.
Fam, tragically, bro. Tragically, it's heartbreaking. But all of them are still random. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are all these. And I wouldn't even say people left per se, more than it is people stepped down from being what they wanted to be. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that were making music that are like, yeah, I don't want to make music no more. And there's people that are like, you know, helping with visuals, or like, I don't want to do visuals no more, whatever the case may be. But they're all still, you know, they're all still family. We're all still, more than anything, we're a group of friends. You know what I mean? And they'll help us when they can, but it's just like certain things are just like, yeah, I'm not dedicating myself my time.
Nah, trust me, I've been a part of many groups. That, you know, the idea is this: we're all on the same page, and then one day everyone's like, "Yeah, no, I'm going that way. I'm going this way." So it's like, it could be hard, but nah, you guys definitely got something going on. I like it. So let's carry along. How did you two meet? What was the case?
Jeez.
You remember?
No, I remember.
It's been that long?
No, we remember. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people. Sometimes they meet, they don't even like each other the first time they meet. You know?
No, it wasn't.
It's not one of those.
No, he was really close friends with my cousin, and I would always go to my cousin's house, and then I would see this guy. I'm like, who's this tall guy who's always here? He's the funniest. We're playing games. He's like the sickest man. And it's like,
you're making him blush.
Yo, I keep telling everyone, this whole thing started with me having a secret rivalry because we'd play Street Fighter. And
who's your character?
Me?
Yeah.
Ryu.
I knew you were gonna say Ryu.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. No, but he's the guy.
Yeah, like fundamentals, you know, the basics.
Me?
Yeah.
It was Ryu still. I mean,
Did you guys play Street Fighter?
Not too much.
Nah, I play like Super Smash Bros. And
I was more on
everything.
Tekken still.
Tekken? Yeah, me too.
Why are you trying to get into Tekken?
Yo, you should.
Stuff.
Tekken's wicked.
No, Street Fighter all day still. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, one of the greatest fighting games of all time.
Yo, that game is
That's
It's one of the greatest all time, bro. But nah, definitely.
Capcom.
Yeah, dog. That's what he said. Just started with like video game shit, and then
like a Goku versus Vegeta rivalry.
to be honest, I didn't know it was a rivalry.
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying. Secret.
Oh,
I
okay,
didn't tell him.
to me,
You know what I mean?
I just want to be better than everybody.
Yeah.
So for me,
you're
in
very
Street Fighter-
competitive.
Yeah, of course. In Street Fighter, bro, not even that. I still think I'm the best. I don't think statistically I am the best out of most of my friends. I'm the best.
Yeah.
And that's like and I'm not like my main character would be Ken, but I can use anybody.
Oh, okay.
Like, I can.
You
use
hear the
anybody.
confidence?
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have it even if you're shit.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
fact.
not saying you, but
No,
like,
no,
you
no,
know,
for
like
sure, for sure. No, for sure. Most definitely.
You know AY, right? Like, I met you through AY and stuff, bro. Me and him will play like Super Smash Bros. And he's shit. But yo, he'll talk shit every day, like he's the greatest man on earth. I'm like, bro, you're dirt, like you're shit.
Yeah. Nah, shout out AY.
Yeah, shout out AY.
That's
Still.
a real one. Yeah, man. So yeah, just through video games and then us growing up, and because he lives in the Egg West, so it'll point to some degree where like I'm growing up, we're all growing up. He's doing his thing, we're all in high school, whatever. But we're still in communication, but not as much as seeing each other as much. So my boy, his cousin, was like, "Yo, you know, like bro is making music," and at this point, we're starting our own crowd and shit like that. So I was like, "Word." We gotta. First, I'm like, let me hear the music. You know what I mean? Because that's the most important thing. Like, you know, if the music's good, the art is good, then the rest of it, you know, that's stuff that you can learn. You know what I mean? So we listened to the music. I was like, nah, this guy's fucking nice. You know what I mean? Like we gotta link up with bro, and it's that's our actual dog. You know what I mean? There's not much we need to do except for just convince him to work with us.
Yeah, and get it done.
Yeah, and get it done. So you know what I mean? We was communicated for a bit back and forth, and then we got it to work. It took some time.
Took time.
You know what I mean? But it worked out still.
Yeah, nah, I'm glad it did take some time because the project you guys sent us to listen to, from top to bottom, smooth all the way through. It was
production is good too.
The production was on point.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
What was that? What was the song?
Which one? I can tell you.
Songs. There's two
I can
songs
tell
that
you
I
like what my favorites are.
What's your favorites?
So
I would like to hear that.
I like the intro.
Honest,
Brace Yourself, and I wish you guys rapped on Watch the interlude. What's the interlude? Like, interlude is like kind of the bridge to the next song. But like I was listening to it, I'm like, yo, these guys would be crazy on this.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Flaws was. I listened to the tape probably Saturday. And then I listened again last night. And then I listened to it again this morning. And every time Flaws came on, that's like stuck out to me the most for some reason. And that is like I just keep going back to it. So yeah, that's a tough one.
It's funny because you guys make music that like I already listened to, and it's like I was listening to them like, yo, these guys are actually like I like the metaphors, I like your play on words, I want to use self, and I'm like, yo, these guys are really tough, and it's sad that like not a lot of people know you guys yet.
It's just not yet.
Yeah, time's coming. Time's coming.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like I had a question about like in terms of like because you guys said you guys are artists and production as well. Not a lot of people do that. So like, what made you guys want to do both at a high level?
For me personally, it's just the way I started making music was like listening to artists like Lupe Fiasco and like Earl and stuff, and I couldn't write for shit. So I would just like copy their flows and like memorize their lyrics and then recite it to myself just for fun.
Yeah.
And then eventually it got to a point like I wanna do this myself. Got into a writing class at high school, started writing my own lyrics using their flows. And then I'm like, I don't like this beat too much. So then I looked into beat making. My boy found FL Studio, and I just took off with that.
And I find it's easier to make music when you make your own beats because it's like one, you don't have to go find a producer, and then you know what you like, you know how to curate the sound that you want to make on that beat. So it just saves a lot of time.
The level of control just feels endless, and it's exciting every time. It's amazing.
So is that all your guys' production on the tape?
Yeah, it's both of ours, man. It's me, Self, and then our engineer. He goes by Nate Smith.
Shout out Nate Smith.
Legend. And yeah, for myself, in terms of I got into production, two of my best friends, which one of his cousin, and then one of them, he helps me with all my my artwork for everything that I've ever made. Like he's helped me with all my artwork. And his older brother, he was making beats at the time, and I was just writing and rapping a bit and shit, like just finding YouTube beats, and then. I was like, I really wanted to get into production because just listening to a lot of Ye, a lot of this artist from Detroit named Black Milk, just listening to so much different rappers / producers, and I was like, man, I want to try to figure out what my sound will be, what I will sound like on records, because it's annoying when you're going on YouTube and you're typing a certain soul type beat, you know what I mean? Because then sometimes some of those type beats are so blatantly that artist's type beat that it's just like, man, it doesn't even feel like me. You know what I mean? So for me, I was just like, I was asking him, my dog's bro, like, yo, just show me what you do. Like, teach me the basics of what you do. I'll do the rest. Yeah. And he did. He showed me the basics of how he makes beats, and then from there, just again, man, 1,000 hours. Yeah. Put in 1,000 hours, like just all the man, I'm pulling him to my crib. And I'm just making beats for hours or just freestyling on beats. Not even making a song. I'm just making beats consistently. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like every day for like the whole summer, just man, I'm gonna pull up and you know what I mean? And so from there, just getting to the point of getting to a level of comfortability and what I know I want to sound like, the things I want to hear. and the things and also again, just listening to the legends. You know what I mean? Just trying my best to study the people that come before us. You know, and the music that I think is great. Because if I'm studying music that I think is great, and I have an idea what I think I want to sound like, hopefully I'm making my music be as great as my reference points. You know,
So who would you say one of your inspirations are besides ZA? Because I can hear it in the production of the tape, the demo, but I wanted to know from you what your biggest inspirations are, like even like right now.
In terms of like rap ability or production?
Rap.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you said Tyler, you said Earl.
Yeah, Tyler, Earl.
What about
Lupe.
now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Ab-Soul, like very closely. Yeah. Like I feel like he's entering like a pocket where he's trying to be mainstream.
Yeah.
So he still has the lyricism, but it's in like very catchy ways now.
Yeah.
So that's always interesting to me because that's something I would want to do for myself.
Okay. What about you?
Rap influence right now. I feel like my music right now, honestly, I keep it a bean. I've been bumping Michael Jackson all year.
Yo, he has. Yeah, he has.
All the men know I've been booming. I've been on a Michael Jackson wave all year.
Your favorite Michael song?
Favorite Michael song is crazy. I don't think I can give you an answer.
I understand.
I don't even think, but honestly, I've been.
I was gonna say the beauty of it is that he has such an extensive catalog.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you know, God rest his soul, he passed away. He still has a lot of music that you can listen to for like years.
Yeah, bro. Like
I'm still finding all about like banger Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah, bro. Like I was going deep in the vaults. Like all the albums I never really bumped for real. The Invincibles, the Heartbreak. Yeah, all this old, like, you know what I mean? Even his more recent albums, just checking them out just to be like, yo, like what was he trying to do here? And
Even the Jackson 5 stuff.
yeah,
too.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
They got
time
hits,
too.
man. They got hits, man. Shout out Tito. They used to diss Tito. They used to rip up Tito in the rap.
real
Shout out
shit.
Tito, bro. You know, but a lot of Michael Jackson. But in terms of
Rappers.
outside of that, just like I think I mean, I think it's in general, it's usually just Jay-Z, you know.
I get a lot of Nas through your music, like Nas, the Griselda guys.
Yeah, I would say no, Jay-Z, obviously Griselda for sure. It's not even a question, Griselda for sure. They definitely inspire. It's funny you say Nas. I don't even feel like I bumped Nas like that too tough. I feel like I really liked, what is it? It was a Magic 2. It was either Magic 2 or 3. Or actually, no, I think it was just Magic, the first Magic. That first Magic album, I really fucked with. I was really spinning that one pretty heavy. But I think it's just Jay-Z. I guess Nas to some degree. You know, and honestly, I've been listening to a lot of myself this last year and a half. Like it's getting to the point where we're making so much music, or I'm making so much music where it's just like, I'm trying to figure out how to be better and listening to my music and then being like, what can I do better? How can I make these records or my verse more entertainable for me? You know what I mean? As a listener now. You know what I mean? So just trying to be a big, huge critic of my own art nowadays. So just trying to listen to my music a lot more these days, to be honest.
Okay. And I was going to mention, you guys do great performing skills. And I've seen you live with AY and you were with him. How was your first performance like? Like
very, very first performance?
Yeah, like how was the experience for your first performance? Because I know like you're probably nervous and stuff, but like what was going through your head?
Explain yours. I don't think I was there for yours.
No, you definitely were. No. I used to have some high school friends that we used to rap with. And then we made a group called Corridor 200. And, like, you know, we did more, like, trap songs. And based on what you hear now, that's not really my pocket.
Yeah.
So then I remember we got our first show. And the stage was, like, maybe the size of this table. And you got, like, right? And you got 4 of us standing up there. Performing our songs, trying to have high energy, and we're just like bumping shoulders, like you know, awkward
humble
steps.
beginnings.
Humble beginnings. I remember coming off that stage and being like, "Yo, My MF Doom it. Just wear a mask. Like.
Yo, shout out Doom, the goal.
Oh my goodness.
RP Doom.
Yeah, facts. Shout out, man. I'm doing for real.
Yeah, I rock with Doom heavy still.
Yeah,
But I feel like that's very important though, because with all the new artists and everyone coming up, no one's gonna get that big stage off rip, right?
exactly.
So I feel like that moment actually helped inspire you to continue and be like, you know what, like I wanna get a bigger stage. I wanna, work on crowd control, all these other things. Like I know when I was coming up doing like community work or other stuff like public speaking, I my first experience was on Zoom with 30 people online, and I was like, I wore a gray cashmere shirt. I never wore gray ever again because I sweated through that shit. I sweated through that shit, and I looked, I was like, oh shit, like
I sweat through a cashmere sweater.
crazy.
Yo, imagine it's coming through your pits and stuff.
Yo, and I'm not even like a person I get like nervous and stuff. So I'm doing there telling about my life and everything. I'm there like, oh shit. And then I'm looking at everyone in the comments, they're loving it. And I'm like, they're loving what I'm saying. They're fire emojis, comments. Like this is on Zoom. So like people are actually engaged on Zoom, and it's like 30 plus people in there. They're going nuts. They're like, yo, we want to hear more. Like, where can we find you? I'm like, yo, I'm not even known like that, you know? Like, but I feel like that moment actually helped put a battery in my back, and it inspired me because as a first timer, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's the type of stuff I was chasing, really. But then after I stopped chasing it and I started making it then. And I started getting booked other places, like getting known. So that moment, similar to your moment, was actually how I got my name in the door. And I never forget that moment because I looked at and I made a joke. I'm like, shit, I gotta change my shirt now. Like, no one ever know. I noticed it, but the thing with a lot of, even with artists and stuff, like sometimes you get in your head too much, and then you be like, that performance wasn't great, and you go talk to the audience, they loved it.
Yeah, 100%.
It changed my opinion on a lot of things. Just looking at how I'm my biggest critic, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
no one can really hurt my feelings because I probably say meaner stuff to myself.
Exactly, all the time.
But when you connect with the audience, they'll tell you like, oh nah, man, that was great, and you're like, oh shit.
You see, that's kind of like to what you were saying. That's kind of why I asked, because like I hate public speaking, so I'm like thinking, you guys are talking, rapping in front of a big group of people that you don't know. Sometimes it's a big group, sometimes it's a small group. What goes through your head as you're doing it? Like, how was that first experience like?
Yeah, fuck, man. My first experience, man. So, my first experience was jokes. In hindsight, I was pissed at the moment, but it was me and my dog Rob, bro. Shout out my dog, that's my brother. He had a cousin that makes music at the time, and I don't know how. I guess I had a manager or something like that because his cousin was a part of a group, and they were opening up for A$AP Rocky on Osega week, one of those weekends.
Okay.
And they were like, "Yo, they need a few more openers like you down to perform." So me and my boy were like, me and Rob were like, "Bro, why wouldn't we not want to open up for A$AP Rocky? Bro, you crazy? This is like fresh A$AP Rocky, dude. This isn't like, this is like at his peak. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, at that point, I probably bought a Black Scale hoodie or some shit like that. Like, so I'm just like, bro, let's do it.
Forgot about Black Scale.
Family,
That's crazy.
dog.
Yeah.
Memories, bro. I remember seeing that. I bought one. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, so I'm just like, yo, we got to do the show. Rob's like, yeah, we got to do the show. I was thinking we're gonna be on stage, the same stage that A$AP Rocky performed on. So we're just like, yo, we're amps. So boom, everything's set up. We're gonna do the show. We invited a few friends pull up. It's at Ontario Place, wherever those stages are. We're like, I don't know if they do Veld there.
No, they do it at Downsview. Velv is Downsview.
Okay, got you. Well, is it near Ontario Place? They have like some stages over there.
I think it's like the
Exhibition or something like that?
Molson. Can you? I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
not
Molson.
there.
No,
It's not
not
there.
there.
It's around there, but it's not. It's like
It's not Budweiser, right? No.
nah, it's
yeah,
not
that's what I was
Budweiser.
thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yo, they did what's it called, Rolling Loud, that place? Like they did it near like the downtown Ontario place. That's where they did
Yes.
Rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
around
near
there.
Rolling, yeah.
So boom, we go. I remember pulling up. We're amped. We're seeing the stage. Fam. I'm like, bro, we're lit. No pun.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, we are lit. So me and Robert get an amp talking to each other like, yo, we got to body this, da. We're seeing hundreds of thousands of people just in the crowd walking around, like walking down to the main stage. So we're walking, we're calling our bro's cousin. And then he's like, yeah, like, yo, I see you guys, make a left. We're like, make a left. The stage is right there, bro. Make a left is a pinch stage.
Oh,
Pinch stage, man. Pinch.
No way.
I'm like, me and Rob look at each other like, bro, these guys are fucking kidding, bro. So we go over there, we're talking to them, we're like, yeah, this is the stage we're performing at. Everyone that's walking is walking right past the stage to go to the main stage.
That's tall.
Damn.
So boom, you know, Ace Rocky and them are not up yet. Some DJ just spinning music and shit. So we get there and whatever, our time slot was like, let's say 7 o'clock or whatever. But artists are now jumping the time slots. All the artists that are opening are jumping the time slots. They're just like, yo, fuck the time slots. I'm performing now. Because they're like, yo, A$AP Rocky's not up. And as soon as he goes up, everyone's gone.
Yeah.
So me and Rob just being like 19 or whatever at the time, or not even, probably like 18 whatever at the time, we're just like, yo, like, you know. And at this time, too, we weren't even serious about making music. We were just dibbling, dabbling in it. So... boom, what's it called? We go, we're waiting on our time. And we're like, bro, man, them are just jumping on the stage and just performing and bouncing. Like, niggas, we're supposed to go up. So we're talking to the guy, like, we're supposed to go up. He's like, yo, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, man?
Bro, yeah, the bum rush.
I'm like, fam, you control the stage, bro. So we're pissed. So we end up going last, like, probably like 10 minutes before A$AP Rocky goes on. So people are starting to leave. So it's like probably like a few of our friends, our girlfriends are at the time. And so... I'm not even lying. I was in my head like, bro, I'm never experiencing this again. I'm not even like, we're performing the record. You know what I mean? Like, we did the performance and everything, and, you know, my friends and that were there were like, yo, you guys did good. But at that time, when we started performing, A$AP Rocky came on the stage. So everyone's gone now. It's just our friends and our girls at the time. And I was like, me and my boy looked at each other like, dog, we're never experiencing this again.
Oh my goodness.
Ever again. And that's a fact. So go back to your saying, like, it's a fact. It's never happened ever again after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so just from there, like, I was like, man, like, I want to throw my own shows. You know what I mean? Like, why am I going through all these people that don't even know what the hell they're doing and shit? They don't even want to do things right. So me and my friends and our group just started throwing our own shows. We used to have a show for artists called Month's End, which AY performed at one of them. Yeah. And then we used to have I used to throw my own first show at the Baby G, and from there just kind of just went.
Yeah.
No looking back. No looking back.
Yeah.
Fire.
So yo, we should start asking them our riddles or secret questions.
Oh, you want to do that first?
Yeah. Let's switch up the momentum. This is the first though.
Yeah. This is the first time for the people. All right. So now we have a bag, a bunch of questions in it. We're just gonna shake up the bag and you pick a question and see what you get.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Take a break?
Yeah, we'll
do a little break.
So take a break.
Well, you guys have any more questions for us before we start this?
Yeah, I was about to ask you guys.
Yeah, I feel like you guys had questions.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. We'll do this, and then whatever questions you guys have after this, we'll do. Run it after.
Out of curiosity, these questions wild?
Some of them are.
Yeah.
I
don't care.
I can't tell you what's in there.
I don't care. I've done shows with my boy Duke, bro.
Duke go left.
He asked me some wild ass question, bro. But like, do I want to drink my enemy's piss or?
I remember. I think I remember watching that episode still.
Foolery, bro.
Wait. So yo,
I like this one.
What's the yeah, you have to read it all along.
I gotta read it. All right. Imagine your child is in high school and you found drugs in their room. What do you do?
Get the belt.
Depends on what drugs we're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody has to think of a drug. Are we talking
I don't
about
know,
hard
like-
or soft?
All right, let's go a little soft. You
go
find
soft.
some weed in their room.
Yeah.
You find a little ounce that,
Is it?
The ounce?
Just find an ounce.
An ounce is kind of crazy.
Ounce of weed is jokes.
Yo,
So
I'm
I
taking
might-
that. I'm
that
taking
might be
that.
I'm gonna have to talk to him over here.
Yeah.
What's
What
going
do you
on,
do
fam?
with
You
the ounce?
smoking this much or?
Where you get this?
Yeah, like-
Where did this come from?
Gotta ask him if he's selling or just
Yeah, that's what
smoking
I'm
it.
saying. I would just be like, are you smoking this or are you selling it, fam? Are you
Facts.
smoking this? Like, what's going on, fam?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going through in your life? You need
Where did I fail as a father?
Yeah,
Like, where did
don't
I?
tell me you don't feel loved, fam.
Yeah, what do you mean I didn't love you. Like, what?
I'm like, don't tell me you don't feel loved out here in the crib, bro. Like, yo.
He starts dissing you in his rap. Yo, my dad. What was that guy that said like, yo, my dad didn't have 79 acres. The man had like 65.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, yo, my dad didn't say it. Like, we didn't. It's crazy.
Oh
Man.
my goodness.
Yeah, but what'd you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a conversationalist, so I'd be like, what is this? What's going on? Like, same thing, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, if it's an ounce, though, I'm going to just take it, bro. I'm going to just take it and
Would you smoke one with them? Wait, how old is the child?
I
was thinking about it too.
I'm gonna say like
no age,
high school.
teenager.
Yeah, let's say at 17.
yeah.
Let's say 17.
Like if he's like 17, yeah.
17.
I was
I
16,
wouldn't-
17, yeah.
I wouldn't smoke with him. Just because me personally, I don't smoke. I had my own experiences with it.
Yeah.
So,
What was your experience?
oh, that's what we doing.
Usually this. I want to hear. 'Cause I have the one, but I want to hear
I
his.
got you. I got a story too. I got a funny story. I'll keep it short.
It's
yeah.
a safe place, you know. You can
I'll
tell us
I'll
your
tell the
story.
I'll
It's a
tell
safe
my
place.
story. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, mine was I just went on a crazy trip. It threw me right into a panic attack.
Smokes.
Yeah, that's where paranoia, panic attack. That's what. Yeah.
I had that same experience with edibles, bro.
Oh yeah, edibles will do it too.
Start
Edibles will
tweaking.
do it to you,
Yeah,
for sure.
edibles.
I slept a whole day off edibles. Just knocked out. Couldn't, you know? Didn't remember nothing after that, really.
Okay, what's your experience? This guy's trying to hide from me.
No, I'm not trying to. I was going to ask you. I know you guys are recording. I was curious if I can go live when I answer my question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Answer your question, sir.
Yeah. Now my smoking experience is in Memphis because my family's from the South. So, frick, bro. It was me and my cousin, and fam, when I was in the South, we would smoke blunts back to back. We used to go crazy with that stuff. So, at the time, one of the times, bro, like he was like, "Yo, I'm about to go. You know what I mean? I'm about to go pick up." So I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it." Like, you know what I mean? Like, so the day before that, we probably smoked like 2 blunts back to back. You know, and it was cool. I'm like, "Where are you picking up this weed from?" Because this is like years ago. So I'm like, "Where are you picking up this weed from?" He's like, "My dog. You know." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Say no more." So the next day after that, we do the same thing again. He's like, "I'm gonna go pick up from this guy." He's like, "No." He's like, "I can't pick up from the guy. I'm picking up from somebody else." I was like, all right, say less. You know what I mean? So boom, picks up the weed, comes back, he's rolling it. These guys smoke straight blunts, freaking cigarillos, rolling, smoking like. So he rolled 4 blunts. So we're going back to back to back. Just 2 mans in a whip.
Can't breathe.
Olympic rotation.
Yeah.
Olympic rotation.
Yeah.
Get me? So I'm there just like, all right, cool. We're doing it. And then I'm like, because I started off with one, and then he started off with one, and then, you know, we kind of like went from there. And I'm just like, yo, I ain't feeling too good, dog. Where you got this weed from? Yo, cuz, man, don't trip, bro. Man, don't do that to me, bro. I'm like, dog, I'm telling you, this weed feels weird, bro. I'm telling you. He's like, nah, man, you good, man. So whatever, we keep smoking. And then once we stop, I'm like, I think I'm gonna die, bro. I'm in the whip, high as pop. I'm like, yo, I think I'm gonna die, bro. The man's like, nah. I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna die. He's like, cuz, you ain't gonna die. I'm like, I just kept telling him, like, I think I'm gonna die, bro.
Oh my goodness.
So boom, we go in the crib. His dad doesn't know we smoke. So we go in the crib now. Fam, I'm so toasted that I'm like, yo, I need to get in the shower. I jump in the shower, clothes on.
Oh,
no.
Clothes on. My other cousin, because it's two of my cousins, it's twins. So my other cousin comes on, and he's like, yo, what happened to bro? Like, what do you do? He's like, yo, bro, we was smoking, cuz, and fuck, nigga, tweaking, cuz. Like,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. So I'm there just like, I'm in the shower. My cousin's taking off my shirt. Like, bro, you're in the shower with your clothes on, bro. It's like, dog, I needed to get in some water, dog. I don't know what you want me to, I don't know what to do. So boom, whatever, I'm showering, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my God.
And then They're like, yo, you gotta go to sleep or something. I'm like, I try to go to sleep. My heart's pounding out my chest.
You're just leaving it like,
I'm there laid up, like, trying to, boom. I'm shaking in the sofa, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm there, my cousin's on the floor sleeping. I just kept telling him, yo, cuz, I'm finna die. Yo. And so, boom.
go to sleep, wake up.
We wake up in the morning. We wake up in the morning. My uncle's waking all of us up. Hey, man, get up. We got church. I'm like, my eyes are bloodshot right now.
Yo.
We got church? Yo, it's like 9 a.m. I probably slept for like 3 hours, bro. So we go to church. You know what I mean? The gospel, I'm not even lying. I love church in the South, man. The soul, everything, it's always amazing.
It's so different. It's a show out there.
It's a show out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like I was finna die, bro. And I'm there like, he's like, praise Jesus, praise the Lord. I'm like, yo, praise the Lord, fam, save me. I'm grabbing my cousin like, yo, fam, what did you do? I'm like, fam, what was in the weed? I don't know. Come to find out that we was laced, so I'm there on some Kendrick stuff.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
you guys ever watch Friday? You guys ever watch Friday?
Yo, as
You
he's
know that
telling
part
the
with
story.
Smokey when he was tweaking?
Yes, that's what it was reminding me of.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm finna die.
Fam, we go home. It's a Sunday, so after that, my cousins they're all football people. So we go to my uncle's house, God rest his soul, Uncle Lewis, and then we're watching football games, yada yada. I'm still I don't feel as bad, but my heart's still pounding on my chest, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. So I go to sleep. I wake up, my heart's pounding on my chest still, and then my uncle's girlfriend, which is like this Russian girl. Barely, she could speak English, but she wasn't like the most fluent. And they all dipped off to get food. So now it's just me and her. And I'm like, hey, I'm finna die. I need you to drive me to the hospital. And she's like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, can you drive to the hospital? And she's just like, what's going on? Like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Just drive me to the hospital. Drive me to the hospital. You do the whole thing. They're all like, you good, nigga? Drink some water. Drink this.
Relax.
Take this. Relax.
Take a Gatorade.
My uncles and all them pulling up to the crib. They're like, yo, to the hospital. Like, what happened? And I'm just like, man, this wasn't feeling good. I didn't even tell him about the weed because my cousin pulled up on me so my uncles and them are all in the other room. He comes, yo, cuz, one thing you ain't finna do is tell, bro. We smoked some shit, bro. And I'm there like heart pounding on my chest. So
Shaking in the
I'm like,
bed.
all right, bro, I got you. Yeah, man, just say you ate some shit, bro. Yeah. Come on, man. Like, I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. So I'm like, yo, I ate some, They're like, all right, cool. Boom. They got me. They just said, yo, you're good to go. They released me. That was the first time I was like, I received a hospital charge, man, if just get checked. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, this shit is not no joke. Mm-hmm. And so from there, I was like, yeah, I'm done with weed for a bit. You know what I mean? I thought I can come back home and smoke with my dog Moose, Devontae. And I smoked with him when I came back just to see how I'm feeling. Felt the same way. It wasn't bad. It was just like, I felt the rise of like how I was feeling. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Yeah. I just cut that shit cold turkey, like completely.
It's not for everybody.
Nah,
I wouldn't suggest everyone get into it.
Nah, man. But hey, bro, if you ain't smoking no lace weed from America, you're good, bro. Kendrick got it. I got it. Happens to the greats, I guess, bro.
Trust me.
We'll do one more question.
Yeah.
I'll answer this quick. Do you think social media has changed the way we approach dating and relationships? If so, is it for better or worse?
Before you answer that, I gotta put a disclaimer. We are not a Red Pill channel. We are not a Red Pill channel. Please do not come. Bro, we are not an eating channel. Please do not come for us. Okay? Thank you.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
Like, comment, subscribe.
What up, my dog Cartel? What up? It's another Memphis legend. They said
reread it.
Do you think social media has changed the way we approach dating and relationships? I feel like for sure. I think that social media has created an illusion for a lot of people of options. You know what I mean? Like, I think people will see women will see men on social media doing this, whatever, and it's like, I want him. Like, or we as men will see a girl like, yo, I want her. Like, and we have this in our brain. To some degree, it's a level of delusion, but it's like, yo, I'm following. Like, I like this girl. She's attractive. She likes this. She likes that. I like that too. You know, maybe if I could see her, if I could meet her, And I think that it kind of clouds our judgment of the people that are in front of us that we should probably give more acknowledgement to. You know what I mean? It's like that phrase when people say, you know, like, try to be with the person that wants to be with you. You know what I mean? I feel like we have this eye candy of seeing all these different people and all these attractive women and this and the third. And then, you know, you have people that really love you, people that actually know who you are. And then you're not really acknowledging them because you're just like, but there's this girl that I see. She's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're sending your boys the pictures and like, yo, she's bad. Yo, she might be at this party, bro. I'm about to pull up. You know, all these different things when it's just like, you know, we kind of have to sometimes settle down and really like look at our actual life. You know what I mean? Social media is called social media, man. It's not called online life. It's not called your life online. It's a social platform. That's all it is. It's not a planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that we tend to cloud our judgment because we have an illusion of options.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's your
I was about to ask that. Like, do you think it gave us too many options to the point like we're just running around like?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Trust me, bro.
For sure.
Like, even just the access of it. Like, I feel like us being here in Canada, we're not supposed to know what a guy is doing on a Tuesday afternoon in Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I feel like that just kind of ruins our own perception of like what's going on here.
I feel like it makes you feel like you're not doing enough,
Sketchy.
depending on what that
Yeah.
person is doing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this guy's outside. He's like by the water, pina colada, and you're like, yo, it's -5 out here. What?
Like, bro, I gotta go to work. There was snow.
I gotta
these
shovel the
annoying-
driveway.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
They did say a lot of like social media affects people's like mental health and stuff like that because, like you said right now, like it's that perspective, that difference of like, oh, someone else is doing something and I'm the same age or I'm younger and I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So it's that idea of like competition almost every day. Because on social media, you go on IG, no one just sends a post out and be like, yo, I'm not feeling it today.
Yeah.
That man just say like, yo, every day I'm feeling it. Like,
Right?
every day is my birthday. You know, all of this.
Yeah, like you guys are saying, it's all an illusion on social media. Like no one's showing their bad days on Instagram. You know?
For sure. Shorties are showing you their trips.
Yeah, you
Niggas
know?
are showing their bags when they got the bands and their trips. Man, they're in their crib smoking weed with their belly out.
Yeah.
See those?
On a Tuesday, it's like, yo, don't you at work?
You're not seeing those ones.
You're not seeing it. You're not seeing what Shorty did to get on that trip.
You're not
seeing
seeing
that.
a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I feel like social media has glamorized the final product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, of everything. And I think that we have lost appreciation for the process of so many different things when the process is the most important part.
Exactly, most
I feel
definitely.
like we've been desensitized to bad days too.
Absolutely.
If you think about it, when people do post their bad days, it's the funniest videos to us. Like,
Bro, you know what's so funny? When people are on the internet crying, people laugh.
yo,
Yeah.
No, you know
where we're
how
at
messed up
with
that
it.
is?
Yeah.
That's where we're at with
Like
it.
somebody's really having a bad day and crying, and people in the comments is laughing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing at the Tyrese moment a
Oh,
little
man.
bit.
Yeah.
It's like, what more do you want from
Yo.
me? And I was like, damn, bro. Why'd he do that on IG, bro? I was like, that's the moment that got
just
me. And I was
it.
just like, yo, damn. Like, yo, man can't even cry about losing his kid, talking about his ex-wife took
Oh my
everything
God.
from him. He can't even shoot Fast and Furious movies because he already lost the money. And I was like, damn, I cried too. And I had probably people laugh at me the same way.
But
Nah, my boy Josh, he does this imitation of so many moments from that clip. So it's just funny you brought that up because that's the first thing that came to my brain is him doing imitations.
it's funny because it's a meme. Like the Jordan crying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we meme popular moments of like celebrities crying, and it's just like kind of it has its funny moments because people use it in funny context, but it's like really taking the deep aspect of it. It's like it's kind of messed up. If you think about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But since we're on the topic of mental health, and we asked all our guests this is a very important question, and this is kind of like the focal point of our podcast. You know, it's maybe it gets better. How's your mental health? Yeah.
That's not a question we get asked a lot. What do you mean you care about my day?
Yeah, no, real shit. Like, serious question. Like,
good.
how's your mental health going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like as men, as people don't ask us that enough, right? So,
no, 100%.
yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Damn, all right. I'll just keep it transparent. I feel like we've entered a time now where frustrations is all time high. Times are rough.
Boy.
You know what I mean?
Boy, things them roughy.
Yeah, man. And it's like, it catches you at unexpected times.
Yeah, it's like when you least expect it, like 10 different things just happen. You're just like, boy, like I'm kind of overwhelmed, but. Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's just good to have a good support system. Like I was thinking about it, like just having somebody you can call and talk to is very important.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I feel, bro. Honestly, this last few months, I feel like this year has been. It's funny. I feel like this year's been filled with so many different blessings and opportunities, but also so many different hardships. It's like you get to deal with all these new problems. And I feel like the new problems aren't as bad as my old problems. And it's just trying to adjust to those new problems. And just like, sorry.
It's all good.
And just like, just try to adjust into the new life you kind of got yourself into. Like now I just got my own place and just trying to deal with having your own place and the rent and just trying to do this and do that and just be able to experience life at the fullest that you possibly can while still having all these different responsibilities. You know what I mean? And I think that for me right now, like honestly, I think I'm pretty solid. I feel like I've been trying my best to just, continue to pray. You know what I mean? Try to get closer to God and just try to do the things that I can. Like you said, support system is important. You know what I mean? There's times where I need help and I'll hit my boy up for help. My two friends, Ahmed, Ethan. Or my bro Rob, like just hitting them up for help, in whatever type of way, you know what I mean. And I think one thing about my friends and especially around crowd, like I don't think that I can't. I know I can call them, and if they can do something for me, if they're available to do it, they'll do it. You know what I mean. And I think that like our group is loving that way, where it's just like we got each other for real.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having friends, people that like you're very close with, because like you scratch their back, they scratch yours, and they're there for you when you need them to be, right? Some obviously not, because they have their own responsibilities and stuff, but just like we're all going through the same bullshit, but like different forms, and just not feeling alone in those trials and tribulations definitely help. But I always say, like, some of the stuff that we go through in life are just character development moments, right? Like
100%.
You having to go to that first experience with your show and, kind of having everybody leave and performing with the people that you love. It's like, that made you realize, like, yo, I want to do something bigger. I want to experience something more, grand and actually have something of my own. So, I think this might be my favorite saying, but enjoy the journey.
For sure. Enjoy the process, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely been that, and I think like where I'm at with it, I feel like I said, just being able to have these new challenges and these new stresses, it's a good thing, you know what I mean? Because before it was like trying to figure out like the next place I can spend the night at, not having a place to stay, and just like sleeping on friends' couches. So to be able to have my own space now, my own crib, and stuff of that nature, or music I'm starting to be able to do multiple shows, and we're able to make this album, me and Self. Like it's honestly, there's not much I can really complain about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of the album, you guys wanted to talk about a song.
Yeah. Ironically enough, it's called Celebrate. And the message of that in general is what would you say the message of that in general? I feel like I talked way too much.
No, but it's good. You got solid explanations. But I get it. People
I feel like you guys
have
to balance each other
out.
out. You know what I'm saying?
I get
For
it.
sure.
Literally what we're talking about right now, like all these low moments, all these trials and tribulations we all go through, day-to-day experiences, I think it's not celebrated enough. Like no one really looks back and rejoices on the hard times.
Absolutely.
Because like we said, you learn lessons from it. So you just got to celebrate those things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean?
It's not an L if you take it as a lesson, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even like when I'm in situations like that. I don't even take a second to even look at what the issue was or even a solution. I just keep going and just brush past it. So, you gotta celebrate it.
I swear, whenever I look at those trials and tribulations, I look at like when you pray to God for something, right? Do you think God just solves it, or he gives you opportunities, right? If you say like, hey, I wanna show people my art, right? There's also counterpoint to be like, I'm gonna show you how people don't look at your art. You know, that's an option that like then you're gonna be like, wow, like this moment where I was on stage or
That's
whatnot,
real.
that you look back on and be like, I don't want that ever to happen again. So I'm gonna work on my craft to get on that main stage, that bigger stage, that bigger audience. So when oh sorry, yeah, I appreciate that. So like when you get those opportunities, I call them opportunities. God gives you opportunities for these things. Whatever you pray for, you get opportunities for it. I just been living like that, and honestly, it makes everything a lot better. Like perspective wise,
exactly, no, 1,000%, and it's just but the record is just celebrating just the resilience. You know what I mean? I think like all of our cultures, like an example of that is just our resilience, this historically our ancestors and all that, their resilience for us to even be here. You know what I mean? Our resilience should always be celebrated for us to be able to go through all the things because obviously we don't know all of our stories, but it's just like I'm sure all of us have gone through something. For us to still be here and still be doing what we want to do and try to do the things we want to do. There's a lot of people that are going through a lot or have gone through a lot and aren't trying to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just trying to celebrate the fact that you've gone through all those things, and you know what I mean. You know, you don't need to celebrate once you get the big W. You should celebrate sometimes when you just you're able to surpass a level that probably seemed like you weren't going to get past at all. You know what I mean? You don't need to make the $1 million to be like, yo, all right, now it's time to celebrate my life. You know what I mean? Like to be able to still be here on this earth, that's a win in itself. You know,
celebrate each step.
I actually learned that not too long ago, like with myself. Like, okay, you're not at you didn't reach the dream yet, but that's okay. Just be happy that you have a chance.
Facts.
But we appreciate having you guys here. Anything you guys want to tell the people that you guys have coming up, or
Wait. Before that, how are you guys doing, mental health wise?
Wow.
Okay.
We care about it.
There you go.
You know, it's so funny that you do that because he's usually the one that asks like everybody the questions, and he always dodges it. But I feel like I'm in that position now where like I'll ask our guest questions, and I'm like, I don't really want to talk about it. But my mental health, I think I have tunnel vision right now, right? Where it's like I'm just going. I'm just in a space where like I'm not really thinking about how I'm feeling, as crazy as that might sound. I'm kind of just like, okay, like we just need to get from this goal to the next goal, and then we can relax. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at mentally.
That's not crazy at all. I relate to that.
Crazy. I think most of us relate to that. I think, but I also feel like tunnel vision can sometimes lead to our detriment.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy because it's like I go through periods where like I have to sit down and I have to be aware of like how I feel, because it's like you can go through these feelings and not resonate with them, and then it's like something happens, you're just like, fuck, this is how I've been feeling all this time. I don't know if like it's hard to explain, but it's like, yo, you're not conscious of how you're feeling until something happens.
No, don't worry, it's not, everyone knows.
So
I was just talking to you about that.
We were just talking about this yesterday, so don't worry, you're good.
So I agree with like, it's tunnel vision could be a detriment, but it's like, yo, sometimes you just gotta just, stay focused and just keep moving forward.
Definitely. What about you, Ronto?
Me?
Yeah, no, this guy wants to
He gave me that. Yo, you go next.
You got this.
That's good.
Oh man, now I'm professional at dodging these questions. Trust me.
Matrix.
Shoot.
Neo.
Last week I would say was a little frustrating for me. Just cause like it just felt so slow and it was dragging, and then it started snowing, and I was outside when it started snowing, and I was like, this is just like, what else, like what else is gonna come? But even like today the snow's not even here, so it's like I was tripping for no reason. Like, all right, let me calm down, let me reassess everything and figure out where I'm going next. And coming here today kind of like helped me reset. Like, okay, I'm doing something different than the regular. All right, let's figure out what the next week's gonna look like. And I'm doing good now. So
What about you, Delux?
Oh man, I earn my living working with people, so I feel like I'm in a beautiful part in my life where like the things that I've been planting and the things that I've been like cultivating for years now, it's finally coming in bloom. I'm getting a lot of opportunities. I'm getting I'm actually got some. I actually saw a documentary a couple weeks ago. Actually, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. And a lot of that came just off of. I don't even have a lot of film experience, right? The biggest thing is I have the vision. So I was able to have a company fund our project, and you know this project actually is.
What's the name of the documentary?
You can't heal what you don't reveal.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys check that out.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
And yeah, no, it was a beautiful documentary. I had a lot of people from Jane and Finch supporting it. We were able to pay a lot of people from that production itself. So to me, I'm always trying to find ways to support our community anyway, and also give first opportunities and second chances. That's a big part of like the work that I do. I work in youth violence prevention, so I work with a lot of youth that are like either gang involved or justice involved. And the biggest thing is even learning from my own experience of being in that realm as well. So it's a beautiful moment that you know I get to work and live in the same area that I'm living in right now, Jane and Finch. My mental health right now, you know, I pray to God for strength, wisdom, and patience. Boy, did I get all three of them. Boy, did I get all three because it was just more like opportunity to practice those things. And those are some heavier hitting kind of things. And boy, did I get a lot of that. So I think now I'm looking at it from a different perspective instead of getting mad at it. You know, working with people is like sometimes for me is a little frustrating because I work at a different pace. I'm very honest about my
work ethic,
my process, really.
Process,
like
okay.
I know myself, and I know that, you know, sometimes I might be moving too quickly because I've done that all my life. But when you're working with someone or you're involved in business with someone that's not like that, it could be a bit draining and confusing for yourself because you're like, damn, like I put in my 1,000 hours, you know.
You gotta
so
master speed.
You master the speed and everything to that level. So now I got to look at it and be like, you know what? Maybe I got to tone it down a little bit and take that, like, you know, that self-reflection and self-awareness to be like, you know what? It's not like obviously I'm getting mad at myself because I'm like, damn, this person's not keeping up. Is it me?
Naturally, yeah.
So I'm taking that time to just reflect. December is usually a good month for me to like wind down. So I think I'm at a better place than where I was a couple weeks ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ring it back in and say, been a pleasure having you guys here. If you guys have anything to tell the people to look out for, well, this is your space.
Hey man,
You guys
look
got
out for Lower Self. You know what I mean? We got an album on the way. The next single off of that is Celebrate.
Okay.
Beautiful record, like we talked about here.
Yeah, Celebrate. And then probably after that next record, just giving y'all this the ahead of time releases. Follow My Lead is the next record that we're gonna try to put out. Another record where I feel like it's just a homage to just relationships, love, and you know, trying to build trust with a partner. And you know what I mean, it's another record that we definitely love. A lot of people tend to love too as well that we shared with.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, where can the people find you guys? Socials.
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at self-titled WC, spelled just how it sounds.
Yep.
And then I got links to everything in my bio, so you know what I mean?
There you go. You can find me as lowercase WC. So just the opposite of capital, like the word lowercase, WC. And like you said, man, everything is there. You can find me on Spotify as just lowercase on capital letters. If it's even easier for you, you can type in lowercase and then put pilot episode, and you'll probably find my album from there, and you can, you know, hopefully find some new music. But yeah, man, I want to say shout out to you guys for having us, bro.
Yeah,
for real. For real.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are really dope individuals.
Yeah,
Just-
appreciate it.
Thank you,
I
bro.
know it's been a busy month for you guys. You guys been doing other like shows, radio stations and stuff. So I appreciate you guys coming through and giving your experiences and just telling us how you guys really feel, because those are very important things. It's kind of hard. Obviously, it's hard for people to be open and honest with stuff, but we appreciate you guys for being that. And yeah, that's been our episode, and maybe it gets better.
Maybe it gets better.
Take care.
Better.